And you're gonna like edit it up, right? You're gonna like cut it up and stuff?
No, it's gonna be straight. There's gonna be no editing whatsoever. Hello everyone and welcome back for another Tearless Friday video. It's Elizabeth, joined with my friend Dylan.
Hello.
Dylan, where are you from? Where are you based?
I'm from New Jersey, like Elizabeth. I am in New York. I'm actually home in New Jersey now for Thanksgiving, but I will be going back to New York shortly, but I'm based in New York.
He is quite the singer, the actor. We decided that we should do a little tier list. Want to point out Dylan's background.
At the Guardians orb, the Star Wars lunchbox, where am I?
I love movies. I love to watch movies. Dylan Randazzo. There's no one I know on this earth that watches more movies than Dylan. We're ranking some movies today, folks. We're gonna rank 2019 movies because it's the last year that technically movies existed. 2020, no movies.
Nothing at all. Just scratch it.
This is a very long list, and so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna just pick and choose like movies that we definitely want to talk about. We got top 5, must watch, pretty good, fine, okay, and do better. Is there anyone that you see on this list that you're like, it's screaming for me, I need to talk about it?
I know we were both very fond of Jojo Rabbit, so we might want to just get that out of the way.
Jojo Rabbit was my favorite film of 2019. It wasn't like widely released.
It's a shame too because he just came off of doing Thor Ragnarok, a smaller movie that not many people see. The Oscars did, and they awarded him the screenplay.
Taika Waititi wrote it, directed, starred in it.
I guess we're putting it right in top 5, right?
I say top 5. Also, like the kid in Jojo Rabbit, he was phenomenal. It was such a perfect mix of comedy and satire and just like a obviously really deep topic. If you don't know what it's about,
there's a lot of good drama too. I expected it to be
Germany.
I expected it to be all farce and humor, but it was actually very beautiful, like the mother-son relationship.
What was your favorite movie of 2019?
A Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love it a lot more than a lot of other people. Loved it. I'm a sucker for the like movies about movies. Factor in the Manson murders, but then you also put a little twist on it at the end.
2 complaints about the movie. Well, one, I sat in the first row. For me, it was so long. Quentin Tarantino was like, all right, strap in, here we go.
Yeah, you got to know what you're signing up for.
It was also just very white.
A lot of these movies are very Oscar-y, very Oscar so white. I'm willing to keep it out of the top 5 for those reasons.
I'm down to put it in must watch because I still think it is a must watch. I see El Camino on here if we would like to discuss.
El Camino. You like El Camino?
I did. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I still felt like the closure.
Like the series didn't need that ending, but Jesse himself did. And I think that's actually we can kind of loop Toy Story 4 in with that because I think it's the same exact scenario.
Great.
You know, it's complete with the ending we already had, but you know, if we go a little further, you know, this wasn't necessarily this isn't necessarily a bad thing that we're getting another ending. It's more of an epilogue.
I would put El Camino, I think, in pretty good. Actually, probably rank Toy Story 4 in must watch because it's the Toy Story franchise. I didn't see 1917.
For me, it was pretty good, fine area because I think I'm not as much of a war buff as some people. It's all one take. I think for its technical elements, I think it's a must watch. It wasn't anything I was raving about when I saw it, but I did like it enough.
There's one that I have to talk about that I thought was awful. Yesterday was such a disappointment.
I don't know why I didn't like it as much as I could have.
Everyone was like, oh my gosh, such a brilliant idea. Everyone doesn't know what the Beatles is, except for this guy. He gets like hit by a bus and he knows the Beatles and their music and stuff, and no one else does. Lily James's character, the female character of the story, was so two-dimensional and not written well. Coca-Cola doesn't exist either, or Harry Potter doesn't exist
Harry
either.
Potter,
it's like, wait, what?
It was over in the first 10 minutes, basically.
I would truly put in do better.
Talk some Marvel movies if you want. I like Captain Marvel. I think a lot of people don't like Captain Marvel, but
Yes, a lot of people don't, and I was like, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I think it's just the fact that it was sandwiched between both Avengers movies. I thought it was a great origin story. I thought it was cool seeing a young Samuel L. Jackson. One of the better times they've done that with an actor. I thought it was pretty good. Is it a must-watch? Like, if you're not a Marvel fan, I guess not.
Endgame.
Biggest movie of all time.
Top 5.
I think so too. Just for cultural impact. I forget the amount of money it made, but I think it broke the record, right?
That's insane.
2.798 billion.
I've never experienced the unity of a movie theater quite
Right.
like Endgame.
Sometimes stay up late and watch like the videos of the audience's reaction. It's nostalgic now, like to sit in a theater with a bunch of people and like cheer for a movie now.
There's one on here that I'm like, this was also top 5. I loved Knives Out.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't want to put in top 5.
No. I just wasn't expecting it because again, like I feel like we're on the same page with a lot of these movies. General audience isn't as on board. I think they're definitely more on board with Knives Out than like Captain Marvel.
I thought it was so fun. I saw it multiple times in theater. When I went the second time, I was like, I'm going with people that don't know what happens. And what a stacked cast.
You have Michael Shannon, Chris Evans,
Don Johnson,
Jamie Lee
Curtis, Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas. Yeah, she's amazing. She's the breakout star of that movie too. Because I'd put it top 5. You have sold me on it. Should we talk about the Best Picture winner, Parasite?
Oh yeah, where the hell?
I mean, I think that needs to go.
That's top 5. We have 4 of our top 5 done. Oh, Parasite deserved to win.
Every time I watch it, it jumps up and up. I said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was my favorite of that year, but I mean, Parasite is like right there.
I'd say for me, it's like Jojo Rabbit and then Parasite.
If I'm gonna relate it to something like Big Brother, it's like it's the player who comes in very unassuming. No one knows what this movie is. Very quiet. The movie starts. It's like, oh, we're having a good time. We're getting to like this movie, but we don't know. And then halfway through, it's like, bam. We don't know what's
gonna happen.
Here's what happened. Here's the twist. And then from then on, it's like, well, yep, you ran away with it. You just won. You're the best movie of the year.
I didn't see Spider-Man Far From Home in theaters. I watched it when I was doing my Marvel watch of every. Oh, right next to Shazam. Oh God.
I hated Shazam.
Oh great. I think that one can just go right into better. Spider-Man Far From Home. I mean, I like the first Spider-Man more.
This one had a little less Iron Man in it. Well, obviously, I didn't like how much Iron Man was in the first one, so I actually kind of did like this one a little more.
I would put it.
Joker was Best Actor.
I didn't see it because every person that was like close to me that saw it, they're like, you're not going to like it. Don't go and see it. Also, I was really nervous because at the time there were like all of those shooting threats of like, we're going to shoot up the theater that Joker's in. And I was like, I'd rather not.
It was not as good as the hype around it. He was awesome in it. The craft is good, but the story itself is like, it feels like something we've already seen. I don't think it's on the same level as Shazam.
We'll give it okay. We'll give it okay, Joaquin. You know what movie I thought was really cute? I really liked Good Boys. I like went in with very low expectations of it. And then when I saw it, and I was like kind of touched.
I think that humor only works if you do something new with it, and I think they did. I think making little kids the center of it was really fun. I mean, it's not a very like intellectual movie. Like, it's not like an Oscar movie, but I think it was fine, pretty good. Yeah, we'll give it fine. Yeah, Good Boys. Good Boys is good.
All these movies, look at how much red there is in them. Honey Boy isn't on here. But Hellboy is.
We're going to substitute Hellboy for Honey Boy.
We're going to substitute Hellboy for Honey Boy.
Because Hellboy was absolute trash, and I hated it.
So Dylan hasn't seen Honey Boy, and Honey Boy, I think, is a must-watch. Putting Hellboy in must-watch.
Like a little, like, iMovie, like, asterisk next to it.
Yeah, autobiographical in a way for Shia LaBeouf. After this whole long hiatus of him, like, working on himself, and, like, seeing this movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, like, I'm so glad you took the time to work on yourself. It was such a gut-wrenching film. Like, I was like, there's no way I can rewatch this anytime soon. It, like, rips your heart out. The whole movie is so vulnerable. I think you should watch it.
Yes, I will watch it. I will listen to the tier list. I will must watch it.
Mr. Uncut Gems.
Oh no.
I have never felt so anxious watching a movie ever in my life. No, that's the point.
I think it's effective for what it's going for if that's how you felt. But I get it's not a pleasant watching. Like, I don't watch Uncut Gems like, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler though, that guy can act. Like, I think it's a pretty good movie. But if you want to argue it, you can. No.
Okay. We'll put it in pretty good.
Frozen 2 is on this.
Frozen 2?
Which I personally did not enjoy very much.
I don't have any connection to the Frozen movies. I put it in okay.
Hustlers, J-Lo.
So good.
Yeah, no, so many people are like just knocking it because
wrote it off because they're like, oh, it's about strippers.
Right, it's nudity and strippers, but it is such an exciting crime movie. It is so well acted. It's visually smart and inventive, and I would put that at least near the top.
Let's keep it a must watch. You saw Last Christmas. I heard it was so bad.
Do better. I think Cats is a good cementing bottom movie.
A bottom movie.
It's better than
Hellboy.
It's better than Hellboy.
You got to talk about Us. I would put that in top 5 for sure.
I did like Get Out a lot more.
I think a lot of people did. It's like a psychological thriller in a way. Jordan Peele even tweeted, "Don't clump like my movies together," and I'm like, cool, for sure. Like noting that for myself. I thought about Us for like the whole rest of the week.
I saw it in New York and then drove home to see it with my mom the next day.
I think that's our last spot for top 5.
That's a good top 5 because you also got variety. You got the superhero, you got the indie movies, and then you got the foreign film, you got the big horror movie, got a big ensemble blockbuster. You got everything. One last one I want to throw out is Little Women.
There's a million Little Women's, but if you're gonna watch
Right.
Little Women, I would watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like made me excited for whenever there's a vaccine, whenever we can like sit in a movie theater. That I honestly think the thing I miss the most from quarantining is going to see movies.
Smell of a movie theater to me I miss. Like I miss that butter popcorn smell.
Getting to walk on the carpet, getting your food beforehand. If you're like coming from work or you're like rushing from something, it's like, I'm going to see a movie. Thank you so much for joining me, Dylan.
Of course. Oh, I'm such a fan.
The
tier lists are like my favorite thing to see at the end of the week.
All of Dylan's social media will be in the description, so you should go and check out his stuff. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what other kind of tier list videos you would like for me to do. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because I post a video every single Monday. And on Fridays, I post my tier list videos. And I will see you next Monday. Boom, boom, bye.